Hey Paul, so thank you for agreeing to doing these series of videos, kind of a bit of a case study really, and obviously we've been good friends for some time now.
Indeed. Met in this room almost, didn't we? I think it was originally.
Crikey. Now, yes, when was that then?
That would have been a good 7-8 years ago at least, I would say.
Yeah, and I think we met first time at a conference, didn't we?
We did, yeah. First session we had was in here, but yes, we first said hello at a conference, yeah.
Cool. So I just wanted to ask really, because there'll be people who are interested, probably people thinking about career change, thinking about personal development with the sort of year that 2020's been. So yeah, can you just give me a bit of take me through your journey really, career, professionally over the last, and personal development wise over the last 8 years or so, what's been happening?
Yeah, I mean when I first met you, that 7-8 years ago, whatever it was now, that I'd recently moved on from a long period in retail management. I'd progressed accidentally through retail management and moved through store management roles into more senior roles within Argos, and reached that point around about 40 when I thought to myself, actually, this isn't for me. And I made a big career change at that point and moved locations, moved family, and went to work for my father-in-law at the time. And it was around that time, I guess, that I was doing a lot more exploration into personal development through my work, but it was more of a hobby than anything else, just reading books. And it was when I was doing that work for my father-in-law, that's when you and I met at that conference, and first floated the idea or the possibility of taking the first step towards making that a real option for me, by looking at both motivational map licensed practitioner training and my NLP practitioner training, which is the first two bits of training that you and I did together, that kind of set me up in order to start believing the possibility of becoming a coach at that stage.
Cool. And obviously I know a bit of the story and a bit of, so we're going to fast forward massively here, and then we're going to come back and look at the specifics of the journey in a later video. But so how long ago was that?
That was 8 years ago.
8 years ago. So if you fast forward 8 years ahead, you did the NLP practitioner course, you did MAP practitioner course, and it wasn't like you were immediately singing and dancing. There were a few wobbles and a few bumps along the road, but talk to me about what's that led to now. What's the position you find yourself in now, some 7-8 years down the road?
7-8 years down the road from when we first had that practitioner, but of course 10 years from when I left retail. From that moment, I can still vividly remember that moment of looking around my shop thinking, this isn't my future. I had no idea what my future was going to be, but knew that wasn't it. So when I reflect back on that now, I'm running my own coaching business, training NLP alongside yourself, as well as hypnosis, public speaking excellence, all that. I'm training other coaches and consultants in the use of motivational maps. And as well as that, I'm coaching all levels of people, one-to-one, using everything that I've learned, not just from the training that I've done, but also from my experience from management and everything else that I've been through in the previous job roles that I've had. So that actually now I'm helping people who were in similar situations to what I was 10 years ago, in order to be able to help them see that actually there's a possibility of change just simply by changing a mindset and then working towards it.
Fantastic. That's really, really lovely, and I know it will be comforting, if slightly nerve enticing for those who are thinking about a change. What would be advice for somebody watching this video who's considering a career change, or considering exploring becoming a coach or consultant, or just exploring a bit more deeply? What would be your advice?
Well, my advice is that if there's something that's niggling away at you, and you know you're not happy in your current role or the current position you're in, whatever that is, whether it's work or elsewhere, relationships or your health, if you know that something doesn't feel right, that's a good thing. It's an indication that there's an opportunity for change. Once you've started to recognise and accept that actually change is afoot, be open. Just grab every opportunity to talk about possibility. And anytime you find yourself convincing yourself that that's not possible, or is a bit out of your reach. They're the times where actually you really need to be speaking to somebody like us in coaching to be able to explore those possibilities, because there's something in there that you can learn to actually remove out of the way. These are just blockages, and you can work towards exactly what you want. Once you get that nervousness, as you just described it, as we know, nervousness or a feeling of anxiety lives so close to excitement, and it's just tuning in and knowing that the excitement is what's going to lead you on to the next step, and then to the next step and beyond. And obviously with coaching and the training, the NLP work that we do, we support people through that process, but recognizing it right at the beginning. If you're feeling that now when you're watching this video, now's the time to come and speak to someone about it. Fantastic. And explore it even more. Good.
So lovely to hear, and I'm sure, like I say, it'd be really wonderful to people to realise what's possible. I remember feeling all those feelings when I left my career, and so just like you, so glad that I did. So I know that listening to and watching your journey will be really reassuring for many, as well as probably inspiring and kind of creating some of that anxiety. So thank you very much. And we'll probably do a couple more videos if that's okay.
Awesome.
Have a bit more detail about your journey.
Lovely.